So we're going to start with the basics of trigonometry. Uh, so you must have heard of some angles like sine theta, cos theta, tan theta. Then we have cosec theta, we have cot theta, and we have sec theta. Okay. So whenever we are going to find an angle using these terms, using this sine, cos, and tan. So we'll now see what actually this means and how we can find the angles with the help of this angles or this sine, cos, tan, etc. Okay. Before this, I would like to tell you something that is, what is this? This is a right angle triangle. Okay, how do we know this is a right angle triangle? Because one of the angle is 90 degree. This angle is 90 degrees, so it is known as a right angled triangle. Right? Now you see in a right angle triangle you will find three sides. One side will be known as the perpendicular, one side will be known as the base, and the another one will be known as the hypotenuse. So how are you going to know which side is termed as what? See, the side which will be directly opposite to the right angle, the side which will be directly opposite to the right angle, if this is the right angle triangle ABC, this side AC is directly opposite to this right angle. So this is known as the hypotenuse. Okay, so we got this hypotenuse. Now to see which is the perpendicular and which is the base. Now you see, if we consider this angle, that is angle BAC, this particular angle, angle A, okay, with respect to this angle, we will find that, we'll know that this is the perpendicular. BC will be the perpendicular if we consider this particular angle, that is angle A. That means the side which is opposite to the angle will be known as the perpendicular. But if we consider this side, angle C, if we consider this angle, that is angle C or angle BCA, which will be the perpendicular, this side AB will be the perpendicular. Okay, so we don't know as such unless and until we are aware of this angle. We cannot directly say that the vertical one is the perpendicular or the horizontal one is the base. Okay, unless and until we are aware of this angle, we are not being able to tell this. If we are being given with respect to the angle, then only we can say which is the perpendicular and which is the base. Okay, so if I consider this angle, that means the side AB is the perpendicular and this side BC will become the base, right? And as we know, we have a theorem by hypotenuse which is known as hypotenuse theorem. According to this theorem, we know this, we are going to find the hypotenuse. The theorem is known as Pythagoras theorem. It was given by Pythagoras. Okay, so according to this theorem, hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. Okay, as such, as of now we don't need this particular theorem, but we need to know about the hypotenuse, about the base, and about the perpendicular. Clear? So now we'll see what are the sine, cos, tan and cosec of a particular angle. See, this is a right angle triangle ABC. Okay, suppose I consider this particular angle, so I am taking this AB as the perpendicular. This is the right angle triangle, so this is the hypotenuse and this BC is the base. Okay, so for perpendicular I will be using the initial P, for base it will be B, and for hypotenuse it will be H. Okay. Now see, if you want to find a sine, now which is the angle? This is the angle. If you want to find a sine of this angle, suppose this angle is theta, sine of this angle theta, so how are you going to write it? Sine theta will be perpendicular by hypotenuse. whatever is the value of this side AB, suppose it is 10 centimeter, so we are going to write here 10. And if suppose this hypotenuse is suppose 15 centimeter, we are going to write here 15, 10 by 15. This is the sine theta, or this is the sine of this angle. Okay. For cos, what are you going to do? For cos, we are going to do base by hypotenuse. Okay. For cos, just divide the base by the hypotenuse. And for 10, it will be perpendicular by base. This is how we are going to find a sine, cos, tan of the particular angles with respect to the sides or with respect to the perpendicular base or hypotenuse. Okay. Now we are available with this information of sine, cos and tan. Now we have to see what will be the cosec of this angle. Cosec is nothing but it is 1 divided by sine. So whatever value we are going to get here, just take the reciprocal, we are going to get the cosec of the angle. What will be the cot of the angle? It is nothing but the reciprocal of tan. And what will be the sec of the angle? It will be the reciprocal of the cos. Okay. From a right angle triangle with the available sides, this is how we are going to find the sine, cos, tan, cosec, cot, sec of the angle. Okay. So this information was necessary to find the sine, cos, etc. of an angle. Now there is a trigonometric table. Trigonometric table. This class is basically of the basic of these things. Through that triangle, we'll see in the next class how we are going to discuss it to help us solve some questions. Like if suppose a bird is sitting here in a tree, okay, and if I am standing here or some person is standing here, okay, at what angle you will see the bird? So we'll make a right angle triangle. If this distance is given to us, so we are going to just find a sine, sec, tan or cot of this particular angle, and we'll find the angle at which we are watching or we are observing that bird. Okay, you must have come across this type of questions. We'll discuss in the next video what type of questions are coming in the examinations. Okay, so for this we need this information regarding the sine theta, cos theta, cot theta, etc. of the angles. Now see this table. It's very easy to make this table. You just have to write the terms sine, cos, tan, cot, sec and cosec. Okay. These are some universal values. What are the universal values? Values of 0 degree, value of 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. There will be some universal value. That means if we find out, suppose in the question is given as sine 0 degree or sine 30 degree, we have an available value from this table. Okay, we'll see what kind of values these are. To find the values, what are you going to do? Just in this line of this sign, write down 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Write down 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what are you going to do? Divide each term by 4. Divide 0 by 4, divide 1 by 4, divide 2 by 4, divide 3 by 4 and divide 4 by 4. Done. Now next step is to take the root of all these terms. Take the square root of all these terms. Okay. Now see, for the first term 0 by 4, what is 0 by 4? It is 0. And what is the square root of 0? It is nothing but 0. Right. Now what is 1 by 4? It is 1 by 4. And if you take the square root of 1 by 4, what are you going to get here? In the numerator it will be 1 and the denominator it will become 2. Now in this case 2 by 4, What is the 2 divided by 4? It is 1 by 2. And if we take the square root of 1 by 2, what will it become? 1 by root 2. Yes. And in this case, root 3 by 4, if we take the square root, what will it become? Root 3 by 2. And what is 4 divided by 4? 4 divided by 4 is 1. And what is the square root of 1? It is nothing but 1. Okay, this is an easy way to find out the sine 0, sine 30, sine 45, sine 60 and sine 90 of a particular angle, or the values of these angles. Okay, whenever in the question if you are getting something like sine 30, we can directly put it 1 by 2. Instead of sine 30 degree, we can directly use the value, it is 1 by 2. Okay, how did we find? Write down 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, divide every term by 4, take the square root. Okay. Now see, we are done with sine. How will we get cos? For cos, you don't have to do anything. Just for the sine, whatever you have written, write from the opposite direction. What is in the rightmost side? 1, write here 1. Next is root 3 by 2, write here root 3 by 2. Next is 1 by root 2, write here 1 by root 2. Next is 1 by 2, write here 1 by 2. Next is 0, write here 0. Okay. Next, how can we find 10? 10 is nothing but it is tan theta is sine theta by cos theta. Okay, remember this thing. What is tan theta? Tan theta is sine theta by cos theta. So if we divide this sine theta by cos theta, sine 0 by cos 0, 0 by 1, that is 0. 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2, it will be 1 by 2 into 2 by root 3. 2 and 2 got cancelled, it will be 1 by root 3. 1 by root 2 divided by 1 by root 2, it will become 1. Root 3 by 2 divided by 2, it will become root 3. And this 1 by 0, see, whenever you get a number which is, if we divide any number by 0, that is not possible. We call it undefined, right? Suppose if I have 10 chocolates and if I have to divide these 10 chocolates among 0 students, okay, among 0 students, that means I am not dividing anything. Okay, there are no students. I am just telling you that divide these 10 chocolates among 0 students. Does it make sense? No. So we call it undefined. There is no particular definition for this. So 1 divided by 0 is undefined. Okay, and for cot, if for 10 it is sine by cos, for cot it is 1 divided by 10. Just divided by this 10 divided by, take the reciprocal of this 10. So 1 divided by 0, it will become undefined. 1 divided by 1 by root 3, it will become root 3. 1 divided by 1 is 1. 1 divided by root 3, 1 by root 3. And 1 divided by undefined, it will become 0. Okay. For sec, what is sec theta? Sec theta is 1 by cos theta. So whatever is there in cos, just write the reciprocal in sec. So 1 by 1 is 1. 1 by root 3 by 2 is 2 by root 3. 1 by root 2 is 1 by root 2 is root 2. 1 by 1 by 2 is 2. And 1 by 0 is undefined. And what is cosec? Cosec is 1 by sine theta. Okay. So 1 by 0 is undefined. 1 by 2 is 2. 1 by root 2 is root 2. 1 by root 3 by 2 is 2 by root 3. And 1 by 1 is 1. So this is the trigonometric table which we will be needing while solving questions. See, these values, it is better if we can remember it, but if in case we are not being able to remember it, what are you going to do? We'll just make this table within very a short span of time. The first step is the one that we have to take care of. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 4, take the square root. The other steps, it will come out from this step itself. Okay, and in the next video we are going to discuss about the formulas that we will be needing. Like there is a very famous one which people say that we do not really use it anywhere, which is sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. We do not use it anywhere, or we use it anywhere. We are not concerned about that. We are concerned about the examination. So since it is a necessary formula, necessary concept that we need in the examinations. So we'll discuss this thing in the next class. Thank you so much.